Alright guys, initially I was punching the centers of all these rivets and then trying to go in and drill each one of these out. What I found actually a lot better was coming in and just taking a chisel and coming across flat way, and from there I get the same hole without oblonging it or changing the shape of it. And I want to use this as a template for the new piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue popping all these rivets off, the front and rear panel as well as the side panel, and get ready to switch over to part 2 of this series, which will be the actual replacement and cutting of all 3 panels for that replacement. So here we go. Go ahead and switch this back over to time lapse, take out the rest of the rivets, call this video a wrap for part 1, and then switch over to part 2. So here we go, get it back switched over. Alright guys, now that you watched me pretty much remove most rivets on the front and rear panel, the front panel has been officially removed, as we can see there, as well as the front window. To get to this front panel removal, there was some hidden rivets up here on each corner, up in here, and the only way I could get to those was removing these brackets that hold both these windows together. So I just pushed them up enough. Unfortunately for this side, I did damage it by pushing it up there, so I'm gonna have to get a new one, which I found over at High Sky RV Parts. So I'll get one there, order it, and have them ship that to me. I'm going to use the old panel as a template to cut the new panel, which is over there waiting for me. And of course, you watch me remove all the rivets on the rear panel as well as the badge here and the molding that connects the 2 panels from top to rear. So we removed all that. We'll do this in this part 2 video, removing all these rivets for this side panel, but you did watch me remove all of them on the rear. And we're going to hold off by removing this until we get the front one replaced. And the reason for that is, you can tell as I'm starting to remove this, just how loose this is really starting to become. And so I just want to make sure that everything stays aligned and everything fits back the way it's supposed to, and that's the intention of this. So we're going to just do one panel replacement at a time. I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow. Obviously it's starting to get dark here, so we're going to do that starting tomorrow. But this will kind of wrap up, at least with the front going into the rear panel for part 1 before we get into part 2, which will be the finale of this 2-part series of replacing front and rear panels and the side panel on an Airstream. All right, now that we got the front panel in place, it's all clecoed, ready to be riveted. We also have the rear panel right here, removed, ready to be reinstalled with a new panel and riveted back in place. The side panel is all in full prep, ready to be replaced as well. I do have some more clecos on order en route being shipped here. And hopefully by this weekend, we will be starting part 2 and wrapping that up with a marriage communication 101 seminar at the end of that part 2 when I volunteer the wife, helping with riveting the rest of these panels in place. Something you probably don't want to miss out on. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this part 1 up. I'm going to start the cleaning process of all my tools and material. I'll go ahead and meet you guys over at part 2 and the final of this 2-part series. If you guys haven't already, go down, hit that subscribe button to this channel, share this video with your family and friends. Till next time, as always, this is Danny, signing out.